UV exposure. You must have seen this Friends movie where this character Ross goes to a tanning workshop where he gets tanned. So hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Dr. S.V. Gupta. I am a minimal access surgeon and a general surgeon. My main aim of teaching will be clearing your concept by explaining you underlying pathophysiological basis in various aspects of surgery. So basically guys, today's topic is malignant melanoma and benign melanotic lesion. So, as you know, this is a famous musician. So basically, this guy is a Bob Marley, very famous musician in 1960s and 70s, but he died of malignant melanoma. Basically, it started from his uh, toenail and it spread all over the body, and subsequently he died. He was a Jamaican singer, songwriter, and musician. So as you can see, the melanotic lesion can be very mild as a simple nevi to something very horrible which can later convert into melanoma. So basically let me tell you what is melanoma. Melanoma is basically cancer of the melanocytes. So as you guys know that during embryonic development there is a neural tube, and there is a ectoderm, and there is a neural crest there. So what happens is that during embryonic development, the neural crest cells migrate both sides. So one of the derivative is melanocyte. So it migrates and go into the epidermis, and in epidermis at the level of stratum basale, they lie there and they secrete melanin pigment, which is the reason why the fairness or dark complexion occurs. So if the melanin pigment will be much in quantity, then the complexion will be dark, and if it is less in quantity, the complexion will be fair. So for complexion, this melanocyte which secretes the melanin, they are responsible for that. So basically, it's a cancer of melanocytes. If they keep on proliferating here, if they keep on proliferating and so cancerous nature, then they will become melanoma. Or if they just proliferate and will not become cancerous, then they will be some kind of benign melanotic nevi. And you must know that it is one of the commonest cancer in young adult, age ranging from 20 to 39 years. It is most likely cause of skin cancer related death. It is not most common skin cancer, but it is responsible for most skin cancer related death. So melanoma cannot be taken lightly. So there are multiple risk factors which predisposes an individual to melanoma, like UV exposure. You must have seen this Friends movie where this character Ross goes to a tanning workshop where he gets tanned. So in many of the laboratory as well as in tanning workshop where people get tanned for some hobby, there is UV exposure, or even some sterilizer, or even in your RO filters there is UV lamp which radiates UV light which kills the microbes, but there is a covering so that you are not exposed to it. But if you are exposed to the UV light, then there may be chances of melanoma or other skin cancers, or you may get melanoma from sunburn exposure. It is also a risk factor, and it has been seen that fair skin and red haired people living close to the equator are also on increased risk. People taking immunosuppressive drugs are also around 20 to 30 times more risk as compared to normal individual of developing melanoma. And there is some genetic predisposition like xeroderma pigmentosum. So how will you detect a melanoma in incipient stage only? So there is a acronym for that, which is ABCDE. One should be going in evaluation in a manner of ABCDE. A stands for asymmetry. When one half is unlike with the other, when one half is unlike with the other, then you may think that there may be a problem. And when there is an irregular border, there is a border irregularity, then you may also think that there is a problem, and it may be converting into this nevus may be converting into melanoma. Or there may be color. If one area is varying from other areas, like they say this color is different from this color, then there may also be a problem. And if there is an increase in diameter, sudden increase in diameter, or diameter is more than 6 mm when diagnosed. If it is more than 6 mm when diagnosed, अगर छोटा सा melanotic nevi है, then there is no problem. If there is a small melanotic nevi, then there is no problem. But if it is more than 6 mm, then you may raise a suspicion that it is getting converted into malignant melanoma. Or there may be some evaluation, like it was smaller and dark colored, then it got bigger, and there is some evaluation, there is some changes in the melanoma, then you may also think that there is some evaluation in melanotic nevi, then you may also think that it may be evolving into melanoma. So now coming to types of melanoma, what are the types? The first one is superficial spreading. The second one is nodular melanoma. The third one is lentigo maligna melanoma. So the initial lesion is known as Hutchinson's freckle. So it is basically lentigo maligna. Once it gets converted into melanoma, then it is known as lentigo maligna melanoma. And it may occur on acral region like hands and feet, then it will be known as acral lentiginous melanoma. So I have made a mnemonic of snail. So S represent the superficial spreading type, N is for nodular, A is for acral lentiginous, and L is for lentigo maligna melanoma. So I'll repeat again. S is for superficial spreading, N is for nodular, A is for acral lentiginous, and L is for lentigo maligna melanoma. So there is an interesting fact about snail that it may sleep up to 3 years. Snail, a small lovely snail may sleep up to 3 years. This is very important, interesting fact. So now coming to superficial spreading melanoma. So it accounts for around 70% of the melanoma. So it is most common melanoma. So it may be a MCQ question that which of the variety is a most common melanoma. So it occurs anywhere on the skin except on hands and feet. अगर hands and feet पे केवल होगा तो then we will calling it acral lentiginous. And it is typically flat and measures around 1 to 2 mm in diameter at diagnosis, and it basically shows a radial growth pattern. So here it goes radially, it grows radially rather than vertical. So there are two types of growth pattern in melanoma. There is a radial growth like this, or there may be vertical growth like this. So the superficial spreading, it is superficial because it shows a radial growth pattern rather than a vertical growth pattern. And it is typically of dark coloration and may often be somewhat raised. Now coming to nodular type. Nodular, as the name suggests, it appears like a nodularity. And nodularity is because of the vertical growth pattern. And it is noted for their lack of radial growth. Radial growth nahi hogi, only vertical growth will be occurring. And in vertical growth, they are usually in vertical growth phase at time of diagnosis, and they are more aggressive lesion. Despite saying that they are more aggressive lesion, and if the depth of invasion is similar to the superficial spreading, then the prognosis will be similar to superficial spreading lesion, despite being it more aggressive lesion. Now coming to lentigo maligna melanoma, it accounts for around 4 to 15% of the melanoma, and it occurs most frequently on neck, face, and hand of an elderly individual, and it tends to be quite large at time of diagnosis, and it has best prognosis because invasive growth occurs very late, and there are less than 5% chances of lentigo maligna, which is a benign lesion, to get converted into melanoma. This lentigo maligna is also known as Hutchinson freckle. Now coming to acral lentiginous melanoma, as you know, the word acral is for hands and feet. जैसे कि एक्रोमेगैली में हैंड्स एंड फीट इनलार्जमेंट हो जाता है तो उसको बोलते हैं एक्रोमेगैली. सो सिमिलरली एक्रल लेंटिजिनस मेलानोमा इज फॉर melanoma which involves hands and feet like this. आपको देख रहे हैं feet पे there is a melanotic changes. So in Asian population this kind of melanoma is more common as compared to fair skin individual. So it is one of the least common type. However, in dark skinned population like African American, Asian, it is one of the commonest type, and it is most frequently on palm, soles, and subungual regions. So as you can see, there is a melanoma here in subungual region which has destroyed this nail bed and caused nail dystrophy. So this they occur as blue-black discoloration on posterior nail fold like this, or so this melanoma is known as subungual melanoma. It is a variety of acral melanoma. So अगर nail के नीचे होगा तो sub means नीचे और nail के लिए word use करते हैं ungual. So subungual melanoma. So there is a diagnostic sign of subungual melanoma which is known as Hutchinson's sign. Hutchinson's sign. It may also come as a MCQ. What is Hutchinson's sign and in which condition this is seen? Hutchinson's sign says that there is no nail fold pigmentation that widens progressively. This pigmentation widens progressively with melanoma, and it causes triangular pigmented macule with associated nail dystrophy. यहाँ पे ट्रायंगुलर पिगमेंटेड मैक्यूल हो जाएगा विथ एसोसिएटेड नेल डिस्ट्रॉफी. यहाँ पे देखिए नेल ये नॉर्मल है, यहाँ पे नेल उड़ा हुआ है. सो दिस इज नोन एज Hutchinson's sign. So no nail fold pigmentation will widen. It will cause a triangular pigmented nodule, and it will also cause the nail dystrophy. So this sign is known as Hutchinson's sign, which is seen in subungual melanoma. So now coming to prognostic indicator. So this thickness, this depth of involvement is one of the most important prognostic investigator, as well as the lymph node status. So there is some confusion regarding MCQ to you guys, that which is the most important prognostic indicators. Some book write depth of invasion, some book write lymph node status, but it is actually the lymph node status. In absence of lymph node involvement only, then the depth of invasion becomes the most important prognostic indicator. So the lesions are extremity have a better prognosis because of the early, क्योंकि the extremity is visible to you because of the early diagnosis as well as the surgical treatment in form of amputation. So like अगर chest पे हो जाए, chest का amputation नहीं कर सकते हैं, but अगर limb पे हो जाए तो you can go for amputation before it becomes metastatic. And the lesion which have ulceration, they have poor prognosis. So now coming to Breslau thickness. So the thickness is measured in mm. So it is measured, either it may be 0.75 or less, from 0.76 to 1.5, 1.5 to 4, or more than 4. And there are Clark's level according to that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So an AGCC classification TNM staging is also according to the depth of invasion. So this is the known as Breslau thickness. This is known as Breslau thickness. So कितना ज़्यादा इन्वेडेड है डर्मिस में, कितना ज़्यादा इन्वेडेड है डर्मिस में. सुपरफिशियल डर्मिस को बोलते हैं पेपिलरी डर्मिस, इसको रेटिकुलर डर्मिस, डी पॉलिको, एंड देन सबकुटेनियस फोर्थ. कितना ज़्यादा इन्वेजन है उसके बेसिस पे ब्रेस्लाव थिकनेस एंड क्लार्क लेवल हम बताते हैं. सो एंड दिस थिकनेस, दिस इज अ प्रोग्नोस्टिक इंडिकेटर. पेशेंट कैसा फेयर करेगा, वेदर पेशेंट विल इम्प्रूव और नॉट, वेदर पेशेंट हैज़ मोर टेंडेंसी टू डाई ऑफ melanoma will be decided by this Breslau thickness. So this is the AGCC TNM staging, latest TNM staging. So I'll be discuss briefly about this. So this is the T stage. T1 is less than 1 mm, T2 is 1 to 2 mm, T1 is less than 1 mm, T2 is 1 to 2 mm, T3 is 2 to 3 mm. T3 is 2 to 3 mm invasion, and T4 is more than 4. So आपको याद रखना है T2 में जब 2 तक पहुंच जाए और T4 में जब 4 mm तक डेप्थ पहुंच जाए. T2 is 2 mm, T4 is 4 mm. और A और B लीजन तब बोलते हैं A without ulcer, B is with ulceration. In all T1, T2 and everyone, A is with ulcer and without ulcer, and B is with ulcer. So this is the T staging. The N staging says that N1 have one node, N2 has 2 to 3 node, and N3 has 4 or more than 4 node. And M1 M staging में M1A is skin or subcutaneous or distal lymph node metastasis, while M1B is lung metastasis with normal LDH level. This is very important. This is important MCQ. If lung metastasis with increased LDH level, then it will be M1C rather than M1B. So other visceral metastasis like brain mets with elevated serum LDH level. So this is again the staging based on the depth stage 1, 2, 3 and 4. So basically this is in increased invasiveness. So how will you make the diagnosis? Based on, say someone comes to you with melanotic nevi, then you will assess based on A, B, C, D, E. And if you have suspicion, then you will take the complete history and physical examination of the patient. And if the suspicion increases, then you do the excisional biopsy. So you have to do the excisional biopsy with 1 mm margin. पूरा इसको एक्साइज कर लेंगे and then we'll send for histopathology assessment. But अगर important areas like face पे बड़ा सा है तो you cannot excise all of the face. So you have to do the incisional biopsy. Incisional biopsy means इस lesion का एक part incise कर देंगे, और excisional biopsy मतलब होता है पूरा lesion excise कर देंगे with a margin. So there are certain stains like SP100 and Y-maintain which stains the melanoma cells, so by which they can be diagnosed on histopathological examination. Now coming to treatment of the melanoma. So one of the best treatment is surgical excision. It is treatment of choice whenever possible. So surgical excision is the treatment of choice whenever possible. And then apart from, like say there is a melanoma on this extremity and these are the lymph node involved, so you have to do the excision of this lesion as well as the lymphadenectomy. So you have to perform the lymphadenectomy based on the lymph nodal involvement. And there are some immunotherapy like interferon which can be given in melanoma, or there may be some targeted therapy. I will be shortly telling which targeted therapy. So if some pigmented lesion you have assessed with A, B, C, D, E, and you have thought that it may be a malignant melanoma, then you have taken the biopsy of that melanoma and you have find that it is a melanoma and there is less than 1 mm depth, then you will do the excision with 1 centimeter margin. And if it is, the depth is 2 to 4 mm, this depth, the skin involvement depth. So this skin involvement depth, this depth. So it is, if 2 to 4 mm margin, then you have to excise with 2 centimeter margin. If it is more than 4 mm margin, you have to excise with 2 to 3 centimeter margin. In your textbook, you will see that there is some confusion between this, but this has been taken from surgical oncology textbook. So there may be some confusion with the Bailey and Love, but if you want to follow, then you can follow the surgical oncology textbook, or even your Bailey and Love. No one will say that why you have told the margins wrong. So you can follow any of the books. So if there is a suspected lymphadenopathy along with melanoma and the depth of invasion 2 to 4 centimeter, you will perform a sentinel lymph node biopsy. It has only investigational importance. It is not of treatment. Sentinel lymph node biopsy, earlier thought that may be as of treatment as in breast cancer, but it is not of curative intent. It is only of investigatory intent. अगर इसमें positive आएगा, then you have to excise all the lymph node which is known as elective lymph node dissection. So अगर ये 4 mm से कम डेप्थ है तभी आपको इधर जाना है. अगर 4 mm से ज़्यादा डेप्थ है, so you will directly go for elective lymph node dissection. अगर मेटास्टेसिस आइडेंटिफाइड है तो आपको मेटास्टेटिक मेजर करनी पड़ेंगे. देयर इज नथिंग टू डू विथ लिम्फ नोड. सो इंटरफेरॉन A to B और कीमोथेरेपी और इम्यूनोथेरेपी और रेडियोथेरेपी कैन बी गिवन. So these are investigational adjuvant therapies. Now coming to targeted therapy. Targeted therapy is against BRAF. So mutation की वजह से BRAF जो है हाइपर एक्टिव हो जाता है and it keeps on proliferating cells. So हमने उसके अगेंस्ट टारगेट कर दिया उसको, BRAF को. सेलुलर हम टारगेटेड थेरेपी भेजेंगे जो इस BRAF की हाइपर एक्टिविटी को ब्लॉक कर देगा, इस ब्राफ की हाइपर एक्टिविटी को ब्लॉक कर देगा. सो दीज ड्रग्स आर डेब्राफेनिब, वेमुराफेनिब एंड ट्रेमेटेनिब. So these drugs they block BRAF and they are important in metastatic melanoma only. They should not be given in initial stages of melanoma when surgical excision is the best treatment. Surgical excision is always the best form of treatment. It is actually treatment of choice whenever possible. Thank you guys. This is the end of lecture. I hope you understood it well. Please like, share and subscribe so that I can reach to maximum number of students.